His MVP. That's one. Right field. Forget about it. Rangers strike first. Goes after the first one. Drills a high fly ball. Left center field. This game is tied. From Javier. Seager hits a high fly ball. Deep right field. A bomb into first. Swing. Drive. It's tied. Seager smashes the ball down line. Goodbye. Now Seager to right center field, way back there. Shot again. Corey Seager does it again. It's Texas Rangers win the World Series. The Willie Mays Most Valuable Player Trophy presented by Chevrolet. Is there any doubt? Corey Seager.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of Right on Rangers Live, coming at you after a 16-4 Texas Rangers win over the Minnesota Twins. And we are bringing the show on the road. As you can tell, a little bit of a different setup today, man, but we are here grinding it out with y'all. It is a good day to be a Rangers fan, is it not? Oh, my goodness. It was hard, like to believe all the scoring that happened today. Like, seriously. It was hard to believe how many runs were being scored today. Had to double check. I wasn't able to watch, like, every single at-bat today, but I had to double check multiple times, like, multiple times. Is this real? Or is it really 10-2 or whatever it was at one point? Oh, my goodness. You love to just see a game like that. Like it just, I know that we've had a few double-digit run games, but you just love to see a game like this, right? You absolutely love it. And I just couldn't be any happier that finally it's like a no sweat. We're not, going to the bitter end, hoping that the bullpen saves the 1 or 2 run lead that the offense has built up, thanks to really amazing pitching as well. My goodness. I don't want to overreact, right? That's kind of the big thing here is I don't want to overreact, but it's hard not to when you're going this well. Like, it's hard not to when you are going this well. And you're just thinking to yourself, maybe this is the turn. Maybe this is the moment that the offense is finally going to click. 3-game win streak, Justin. Yes, sir. 3-game win streak. Mike, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just a low-stress game, right? We've had so many games where we have to sweat it out literally the entire game. The entire game. Just sweating it out. It's either we're down 1 or 2 or we're up 1 or 2, and you got to just be locked in till the bitter end, which, look, I would rather that than, look, a bunch of blowouts. I mean, just being real, I'd rather a game be a little bit closer than just have a million blowouts, I guess, unless if the Rangers are just winning them all. I mean, thank you very much if that's the case, but just nice for us finally to have a game like this. Absolutely. Obviously, a little bit of a different setup today. Thanks for hanging on the road a little bit for work. Look, if I got to be out of town a little bit more to get this Rangers offense to score this many runs, so be it. I don't think my family's going to be very happy with me. I don't think my family's going to love that idea very much, but look, seriously, 16 runs. My goodness. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for hanging out here right on Rangers. We cover everything sports, but we put a big emphasis on all the teams we love from the great state of Texas, including the Rangers, and especially the Rangers during the MLB season. Thank you for choosing Right on Rangers for all of your Texas Rangers content. Drop a comment, drop a question. Forgive the setup today. I'm hopeful. Actually, don't forgive the setup. Forgive if the connection is a little bit weird. Y'all know how it is. You're on the road, hotels, sometimes hit or miss. So if the connection's a little bit off today, I do apologize. But look, we'll do what we got to do. The grind never stops here at Right On Rangers. Y'all know that. Permanent work trip confirmed. Nice, Mike. Yes, sir. Look, like I said, I don't think my wife and my kids are going to be very happy, but we might have to do what we got to do to get the Rangers on a little winning streak here. If it helps, I'm still technically out of town for another day or so. So, hey, look, maybe the good vibes continue tomorrow. I really hope so. I'm seeing a bunch of y'all's comments. I hope this is the turnaround. Look, I genuinely do not want to get overhyped, right? I don't want to overreact and say, yeah, this is definitely the game. I feel like there's been a few games where you're kind of like, they're going to turn it around. This was a great game, great win. And then they come out and go ahead and take a dump the next day. You know what? I don't want to jinx it. Knock on wood if you got to. Like, I'm not trying to jinx it. I'm just trying to enjoy this night for what it is. I just hope that, kind of like in the past, look, y'all know how this goes. Whenever we score double-digit runs, I'm not going to say it out loud, but you know what's happened this season. The next game, whenever we score double-digit runs, I'm trying not to say it. I'm trying not to jinx it, because we've seen what happens when the club scores double digits the very next day. And so I am just hoping, praying that this can be the breakout game, but I'm not going to get my hopes up. I want to see consistency from this team. We've all said that. I think it can happen. There's no reason why the offense can't catch fire. I'm not saying they're magically going to turn into an elite offense, right? I'm not going to go there. I don't think this team is going to magically flip a switch and become elite. I just don't see it happening. I do think the team can have really, really good offensive outpourings like this and work to be an average offense. I think 100% this offense can be a solid average offense. And that is going to be good enough considering the pitching, right? Appreciate all the gifts, by the way. Justin, was that you? Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Still waiting on my Wyatt video. What's my what video am I putting out on Wyatt, Hard Chuck? Remind me, man. Remind me what I said I was going to do. Long day, a lot of travel. So remind me. We need Rocker. The comment says, need controllable young starting pitchers that ball so we can extend some of the young guys. Afford to extend some of the young guys. Rocker definitely needs to get a little work in AAA. I mean, let's just be real. He needs to get a little work in AAA. And I think he's going to, and I think it's going to go well, just like it did with Jack Leiter. Last year, Jack Leiter was having a lot of ups and downs. A lot of Rangers fans were kind of giving up a little bit. I do think that is definitely going to be the play here. No, Mike, you're okay. A couple people talked about Leiter already, too. I need to make a Seager video because after your video about Wyatt, he popped off. Oh, my gosh. Seager, though, he had a hit today, didn't he? I thought Corey had a hit today. He finally broke the 0 for 22 that he was on, right? It was something like that. But look, 2 hits today. That's right. The Seager video did come out. I put out a Seager video. This is probably like when he came off of the IL, about a couple weeks ago? I did put out a Seager video. It just took 2 weeks to take effect. Hard Chug, that's how it goes sometimes. Good things take time, I guess. I put out a Seager video like literally 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, this offense is going to get better. They are going to get to a different level when Corey Seager comes back. I'll definitely probably do a Bradford video. I'll definitely do like a John Gray video when he comes back. I do really love doing the videos, reminding people just how good players are. Because when they're on the IL for this long, you just forget about them, right? So I'll definitely enjoy making those videos whenever they come about. Do I think the bats are waking up? I think that the bats, if you just are a law of averages person, the bats have to wake up a little bit, right? I don't think, and I'm not of the mindset that they can be this bad the entire season. I'm just not of that mindset. But I will say, I don't think this offense is ever going to turn elite at any point. Like, will you get a game or two like this? 100% you will. And I really don't think that's like hate or anything like that. I think that's just me being real. Like you're going to get some games like this, but I do think that the offense, if they can just be average, this could be a really solid season with the kind of pitching we have. 100%. Yeah, I'm excited for those guys to come back too. Evan, appreciate the comment, man. Really, really excited for those guys to come back. I really do think that is going to unlock some things. We've talked about the trading scenarios. I definitely think you bring back Bradford, you bring back Gray, you've still got Rocker in AAA. You unlock a lot of things when those guys come back. I think Patrick Corbin probably gets traded. I think Tyler Mahle is still even potentially on the block. I think they think about dealing him. When you've only got half a season left of Tyler Mahle and the prospect of him walking in 2025 offseason, I just think that it might be more likely than not. Now, maybe they just want to roll the dice completely with Mahle the rest of the way. I've got to think that they are at least taking phone calls on Tyler Mahle. You know, there's some clubs that have called. I think it would almost be malpractice to not pick up the phone. See what they'll give you. I've said it for a long time. And when I say a long time, maybe the past month, you can win a World Series without Tyler Mahle. I mean, and that's no disrespect to Tyler Mahle. It really isn't. I just think if the Rangers are going to make a deep playoff run, which I think is still possible, I'm one of the, I feel like I'm a little bit in the minority on that. Maybe it's just the negativity of getting swept by Tampa Bay. I feel like I'm a little bit in the minority thinking this club can still make a deep playoff run. Maybe a few of y'all are with me and you're in my boat, but there's a lot of people I think that have lost some hope in this Rangers team. And this isn't the day to beat your chest and, rub it in people's faces that we're doubting. I'm not really that kind of person anyways, but I'm not trying to sit here and rub it in to somebody that was doubting the team after one game, right? Go on a little 10-game win streak. Now I might be rubbing it in a little bit. See, look, they just needed a little time. But I've definitely flagged the problems. I've flagged the problems for a long time. And I think that this team is still flawed. I don't think it's ever going to be an elite offense. But I do think that this team can still make a deep playoff run. And going back to my original point with Mahle, this team can win without Tyler Mahle. I've always said it's going to go back to the offense. Like if the offense doesn't figure it out, if the offense can't become average, it doesn't matter if you have Tyler Mahle or not. And if the offense does become average or slightly above average, you might not believe that that's going to happen. I think it is possible, and I think it will happen. I think they will become and can be an average offense. And with how good your pitching is, I think that plays. And I think when you go into a playoff series with Evo and with DeGrom, yes, it's nice to turn the ball over to a Tyler Mahle in game 3, but I also feel pretty good about turning it over to Jack Leiter, turning it over to Cody Bradford or a John Gray. I think you've got a number of different options. So for me, I feel pretty good, even if they deal Mahle. I think personally, if you're not securely in a playoff spot, you probably deal him anyways. I got a couple camera angles here, by the way, for anybody that's confused why I'm looking up, why I'm looking down, all that stuff. Just a couple different camera angles. I got YouTube lower, TikTok, you guys are up high, so just don't mind the couple different camera angles. The lineup is scary if everybody's hitting. Totally a scary lineup if everybody's hitting. 44, 100%. This is a gold comment. It really is. 44. It's good to see you, brother. You're only as good as your last game. And that is kind of what I was trying to say earlier. Like if they come out and take a complete dump tomorrow, like they have done out of some games where they've scored double digits, it's not going to be a big time surprise to a lot of people. It's going to be really easy to flip the switch right back on this team, and you're going to get a bunch of people being negative again. So for me, I just want to see this team be consistent. I don't need them to score 16 runs every dang game. I do need them to just be average. 5 is great. Score 5 runs. Please. Drop your comments, drop your questions. I'm going to get to them. Mahle wasn't that great tonight, but let me talk about this. In the one defense of Tyler Mahle, first of all, you score a bunch of runs. You don't really need to be great. And the beautiful thing, and I would defend Mahle on this a little bit, John. And look, John, I'm not getting on you or anything, brother. So don't take it this way. But the one defense I'll say for Mahle is, and those of us that have played the game, you know how this goes. When you're pitching with the lead, you pitch differently. The zone was awful, Justin. So I agree with you on that. But when you're pitching with the lead, you pitch differently. You're challenging hitters. You're not trying to paint corners when you've got, what was it in the 5th or the 6th inning? Let me go back to the box score. It was in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's a 10-3 lead. When you've got a 10-3 lead in the 6th inning, you're not being careful. You're just throwing strikes, man. You're not trying to pinpoint and paint corners. You're just trying to get the ball over the plate and challenge hitters. No, you're not throwing up meatballs, but you're trying to challenge hitters. You're not trying to walk people. You pitch a little bit differently. That's the only defense for me with Tyler Mahle. I know he gives up 10 hits tonight and 4 earned runs, but he only had 1 walk. That tells me the dude was putting a lot in the zone, had a lead, and wasn't trying to be too careful or too fine. That is the dangerous thing, right? You're going out there, you've got this huge lead, you're trying to be too careful, too fine, and then suddenly you got a couple guys on base, somebody gets a big hit, and now the lead just shrunk by 2. You don't want to walk guys. You don't want to give away anything free when you're up that big. You want to make guys earn it. Again, you're not throwing up softballs, but my point is I think Mahle's approach is a little bit different with a big lead. Maybe it was genuinely an off day for him, but the fact that he only had 1 walk tells me that, the zone maybe was a bit of an issue, but also he wasn't like wild and not in command or not in control out there. Tyler Mahle reminds me of Kyle Gibson. Mason, that's actually an interesting comp. I mean, look, not overthinking it. I mean, I'm not doing some deep dive analysis here, right? But not overthinking it. Not a bad comp. And I mean, when you consider the video I put out, I don't know how many of y'all saw that video I put out late last night. The 2021 come from behind win against the Giants. I did a little this day in Rangers history. By the way, I think that's kind of going to be a tradition that I start doing on off days. This day in Rangers history. So we went back 4 years to June 9th, 2021. Rangers won 4-3 in 11 innings against the, at the time, best team in baseball, the San Francisco Giants. Kyle Gibson started that day, and Gibby actually came into that game. With the best ERA in baseball. This is back in 2021. And of course, we would later go on to trade Kyle Gibson at the deadline, right? He was kind of on his last leg, didn't have a lot of club control. And so we traded him. But at the time, June 9th, 2021, dude had the best ERA in baseball. Kind of does remind you of Mahle and what Mahle's done this year. I mean, at one point, Mahle was number 2 or 3 ERA in the game. I think Max Fried was throwing like some ungodly 107 or 108 ERA. This is like about 3 or 4 weeks ago. So I actually like that comp. I actually do really like that comp. Austin, I wish we could do this every game, man. I wish this could be every game, genuinely. It's time to... I'm not going to read... I'll put this on YouTube. I am not going to read this comment out loud because I don't want to jinx anything. All I will say is I surely hope tomorrow does not follow the trend of what games in the past have been after we score a large sum of runs the night before. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm really not. Sam, this is the mantra, right? This is what it's all about. If this offense can just score, and Sam, I would even take it down a peg. If this offense can just consistently score 4 to 5 runs, gold. I don't think this offense needs to score 6, 7, 8 runs a game to be good in terms of the overall result. I think this team could probably score 4 to 5 runs a night, maybe even 3 runs a night at times, depending on who's pitching, right? You give Jacob deGrom 3 runs, I think most of us feel pretty good about deGrom. When's Evo coming back? I think he's coming back within the next week or so. Although I haven't really gotten a big time update on Evo, but I think it's within the next week or so. Yeah, Sam, look, it's crazy when you look at our pitching staff and how good they are. You don't even need 6. You really need 3, 4, or 5. I mean, 3 is probably maybe a little low to be a consistent winner. 4, I think you're golden. That's not asking that much. It's just not. Hey, Gary, what's good, man? Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you, brother. Good to see you. I really don't think Craig Kimbrell, who was just signed by the Rangers to a minor league deal, I really have a hard time believing that he is going to be giving us anything of value. I don't know if y'all saw that, but Kimbrell, to me, I don't know, guys. I think it sounds nicer than what it really is. Of course, Kimbrell was dominant for the Braves, and he had some other good years, but I just don't really see it amounting to too much. I made a joke. I tweeted out, is this the big move we're making for a closer? Please, I mean, look, being serious, please tell me it's not. Please tell me that this is not our big move for a closer. Did anybody else have that thought too? Because that was my initial thought. Nothing else came to my mind besides, is this the closer move that we're trying to make? Is this the move that we're going to make and say, hey, we're good. We don't need to go out and get anybody. We got Craig Kimbrell. Please, I hope not. I hope that this is not the closer move that CY is making. And look, I've said for a little while, you don't need to go get a bona fide closer. Just go get a guy that's high leverage that can play late in the game, late innings, and just get outs. I mean, I don't need them to go get Ryan Helsley. I would love for them to get Ryan Helsley, but I don't need for them to get Ryan Helsley. If they do, it's awesome. But Ryan Helsley's a half-season rental. I would almost rather go get another Robert Garcia type. Could you go get a Robert Garcia type that's controllable, that's shown good signs, that's got pretty good stuff? That's what I'd like to see. Tonight, by the way, we got to compliment the bullpen again. I mean, talking about Robert Garcia, he didn't pitch today, but it made me think of the bullpen. You had Armstrong coming in, down to 3.33 for the ERA, an inning and a third. Only gave up 1 base runner, 1 strikeout. Bosley had a shutdown inning. And let's talk about Cole Winn. Cole Winn has yet to allow a runner to cross home plate this year at any level. It's incredible. I think we got to be showing Cole Winn a little bit more love. The dude has yet to allow a runner to come all the way around to touch home plate. And I'll knock on wood. I'm trying not to say the specific thing out loud, but y'all know what I'm trying to do. It is incredible what he's doing. Incredible what Cole Winn has done this year. I mean, early candidate. I know the Rangers break it down from minor league to pro level for pitcher of the year, but the dude hasn't allowed a run. How much better do you get than that? I mean, I think deGrom, clearly Mahle, Evo are all going to be in the discussion over Cole Winn, but it's hard to argue with the dude that hadn't given up any runs. It's crazy. Really wild. Got to give him his flowers, man. No strikeouts. Did have 1 walk today, but Cole Winn threw 12 pitches. Very respectable. It's good stuff, man. Great stuff. And look, I'll go through the box score briefly, and I'm going to check comments a bunch as we go through this. Appreciate everybody hanging out, by the way. Really, really good to talk to y'all after a big Rangers win like this. You know, we have been live after multiple, and when I say multiple, I mean a lot of very negative results for this club. There's no fair weather fan here at Right on Rangers. Look, most of y'all I don't think are either. I just got to say it's nice, and I am grateful to be hanging with y'all after a win like this. Ray, I'm not going to say they're back yet. I'm not going to say they're back. I am going to say great game today. I hope that they can do it tomorrow. Yeah, John, 100%. I really don't want to see this be the only move. And I hope it's not. I would like to think it's not. I just really hope that CY is not calling it good with pitchers now that Craig Kimbrell's been signed. No, thank you. No, thank you. Helsley, has he been bad, Natalie, for the Cards? Look, half-season rental on Helsley. So if that's true, I think you got to be even more careful, right? If Helsley is only a half-season rental and he's not going well, it's not like you got another year to work it out of him. I would say, Gary, correct on that. Spores could be the answer. Let's see. What was the impressive stat? If the Rangers had scored 4.5 bare minimum, they would be 50-17. JJ, I'm with you. How do you get that stat? That's crazy. I mean, I'm sure you can just do some simple math with it, but you got to look at a lot of different results. The Rangers for sure would be pretty dang good if they could just score 4 runs a game. I do know that without knowing all the different stats. Like, seriously. Okay, that is dedication, brother. We appreciate you sharing that stat, man. That is what's up. I love that. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, let's keep going. So tonight, obviously with the offense, I mean, you could talk about anybody. Josh Smith, 2 for, Langford, 2 for 6 with a bomb. Seager was 2 for 3, 2 walks. Simi, 1 for 4. He had a walk as well, on base twice. So far, everybody's been on base twice. Jake Berger, 1 for 6. So there goes the streak on that. Evan Carter, 3 for 5, 3 RBI. He had a missile. When Evan Carter hits a home run, it is like a freaking missile, man. I don't know what the advanced stats were. I'm going to look right now. What were the advanced stats on that Evan Carter home run? Let me check it out right now. When was that? Top of the 6th? Yes, sir. 102 off the bat. Look, I thought it would be a little bit harder, honestly. 400-foot blast. Evan Carter, man. When he connects, he connects. And he does look good. And look, he needed to start looking good. Because Evan Carter was in the middle, I believe, of a 1 for 17 before Sunday. Before Sunday, Evan Carter was like 1 for his last 17. Osuna was 1 for 14. I think he's now in a 1 for 17. I know a couple of y'all were asking me about Osuna. I'll say this. I don't personally want to see Osuna go down to AAA. Not to take the shine off of Evan Carter, who had an outstanding game today, but just got me thinking about Osuna. I don't want to see Osuna go down to AAA. I do feel like that is the Rangers' MO, though. I do feel like a guy struggles for 4 or 5 games in a row, and you demote him. And I'll say this. Osuna feels a little bit different to me than some of the other guys. It really didn't look like Blaine Crim had a great clue up at the plate when he came up. I don't know what y'all saw. Disagree with me if you want. You didn't really feel like Blaine Crim had a super good feel up there at the plate. I mean, it wasn't like he was never making contact. I mean, but the dude didn't even get a hit in his time up. Can't really say that about Osuna, and it feels like he has got a little bit of a better ceiling maybe than some of the other guys, Crim, Harris, who knows, right? I don't think that Osuna is going to be 30 home run Wyatt Langford guy, but I think Osuna is going to be a really quality on-base guy. I think he's going to hit for contact. I think he's a guy that could hit 280 plus, maybe get 20 bombs, 80 RBI, maybe steal 20, 25 bags for you. And isn't that the type of player that we've all been clamoring for? I mean, it always kind of gets me a little bit when people talk about Osuna has a lower ceiling. Wait a second. We've all been clamoring for contact hitters. I know I have. Can we get some more contact hitters? Can we get some more guys that just put the ball in play? And so for me, I'm definitely not of the mindset to send Osuna down. I do think giving him some days here and there like they've been doing is valuable, but I'm not of the mindset to send Osuna down. I would like to see him get some more opportunities. I don't think it can be at the expense of Evan Carter. And I think at this point, with Adolis Garcia hitting pretty well, I mean, look, 2 for 4 tonight, 2 RBI. With Adolis Garcia hitting pretty well of late, I mean, look, not crazy killing it, but hitting well. I don't know how much Osuna is going to get in. Because you've got the platoon thing going on. I don't know. I really don't know. So we'll see what happens. Right now, though, 220, 638. What's Stoli doing his last 7 games? Let's check this out. 292 with a 6.55 ERA. OBP, 292 with the 6.55 OBP. I would say this. You make a good point, Gary. The trade value for Garcia, I think that at some point you've got to make a tough decision on him. I don't think the Rangers are going to make it. That would be my guess. I think, and look, you guys tell me if I'm wrong on Garcia. I think they like him. I think they like him too much. I think they're attached. I think they are like emotionally attached. And I know CY came out and talked like some big game, but I think that they are like emotionally attached. I think they're sitting there right now. If I had to guess, Gary, I don't think the mentality is let's trade him. He's finally hitting. The value's up. Let's deal him. I don't think that that's what they're thinking. I kind of think that they're thinking, oh, good, he's finally hitting. Now we can justify keeping him in the lineup. Like, I don't know, man. That's kind of what I think they're thinking with Adolis right now. Oh, good. He's hitting. Now people can't get mad that he's in the lineup. I don't know. I would think, Gary, that you're right. I don't think he probably is loving hitting 8th, but I don't know, man. I would trade Adolis Garcia. It doesn't change my mind what he did tonight. I'm happy he did what he did tonight. That's where some people get it twisted. Like, I don't cheer for anybody to fail on this club. If you're wearing a Rangers uniform and your butt's in the lineup, I'm cheering for you. Period. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to try and put on my GM hat a little bit and think about what's best for the club. They need to trade him. He's not going to get re-signed. That's what I keep going back to. You're not going to get Dolly a big contract. He's done maybe after this year. We might re-sign him for one last year, but I just don't see why you would keep him if you're not going to try to re-sign him. And I don't think that they are. I would be so shocked if they actually tried to sign him to any kind of deal after next year. After this year, they can think about it. They don't have to give him another contract. I think that if he does this, they probably will if they haven't traded him. I think if you're not going to trade Adolis right now at the deadline, you've got to trade him in the offseason. Have to. Sean, I'm with you on Evan Carter. I think he's got a bright future. I really do. 44 carbine, yes, sir. The small ball. Like we were talking about Osuna. You got to have some guys that can actually put the ball in play. So that's why I don't want to see them send Osuna down just because he's had a few bad games in a row. I mean, think about a 1 for 17. That's like 5 games of being bad. Like when I think about it that way, like, holy knee jerk, Batman. Like, well, why are we sending a dude down for 5 bad games, which is basically what Alejandro Osuna has had? For me, keep him up. I don't see the immediate improvement. I do like Haggerty. I think Haggerty, again, with kind of Adolis Garcia in mind, it's tough because Haggerty's probably not going to be around after next year. Maybe he will be, but Haggerty's on an expiring contract himself. So I just don't know. It's a tough call. You're balancing development, keeping confidence high for Alejandro Osuna, Evan Carter. I mean, obviously Evan Carter's going great right now, but I don't know. I think you got to keep Osuna up, try and slot him in here and there. He's had 5 bad games. I don't think we need to send guys down because of 5 bad games in a row. Lord knows we watched Marcus Semien play about 30 bad games in a row before he finally started hitting. And 30 is probably being too nice. Am I right? Like 30 is probably being too nice. I think at this point, leave him up, try and get him in. Clearly, Garcia, Carter have the hot bats right now. Osuna might not be playing as much. That's okay. Still work him in when you can. Keep going. Justin, yes, we do. A lot of outfielders. And Gary, I'm with you. Thank you. The at-bats are still quality. It doesn't look like Osuna's lost up there. When Foscue came up, it looked like he was lost. I think we can all agree on that. It looked like Justin Foscue was legitimately lost up at the plate when he was up on the big league club. I'm not saying that to be disrespectful. I'm really just reporting what everybody should be able to see with their own eyes. He looked lost, and that's why he had the club record until Jock Peterson mercifully took it from him. Mercifully took it from him. Whatever Jock ended up at 0 for 40 or 41 or whatever it was. Foscue was like the 0 for 38, man. Anyways, I think that they need to keep Osuna up. Enough on Osuna. I do really like Osuna, though. I think we did, Ed, talking about Dustin Harris. I totally agree. I think they gave up on Dustin Harris too soon. And look, yes, I think at some point you do have to say, yeah, these guys get paid a lot of money to do this talent eval and just evaluating in general. Maybe they were seeing something that we weren't seeing. I could give them that, but it feels like they really need to do a better job giving these players that are coming up from AAA a little bit more runway to work. I don't think it's fair. 5 games. Oh, he's not doing good. Send him back down. I think you got to give some of these guys a long runway to succeed. And I think at this point, at least if you're not going to play Osuna every day, keep him up, right? Keep him up and let him continue to be around the big league guys. Take BP, learn, and then get your occasional chances. Patrick, you might be. Don't get, I'll say, be excited about tonight. Don't get overhyped. We've been down this road before. We need to see some consistency. If they do this again tomorrow, it might be hard for even me not to get a little hyped up. I need to see what they do tomorrow. Keep going. My brother thinks Mahle is spent. Just because of the outing today? I don't know. Mally's had so many good outings. The fact that he was a little off tonight in a blowout game, I just don't even know why you would read into it. Like, why would you read into Mahle not being Mahle-esque like he's been all season? Like, the dude's pitching in a 10-2 ball game. Anybody that's played the game, when you're a pitcher in a 10-2 ball game, it's not like you're relaxing. It's not like you're not trying as hard. The best way I can explain it is you're challenging hitters in a 10-2 ball game. You're not trying to paint corners in a 10-2 ball game. You're still trying to place the ball well, but you're trying to throw strikes. The last thing you want to do in a 10-2 ball game is walk guys and give them free passes. So I don't see Tyler Mahle's outing today as any sign of concern. I would really caution anybody who's a little bit worried or in their feelings about Mahle's start. Like, First of all, he probably should be afforded to have one of these nights. The guy's been nails, shoving on the mound game after game. I'm not worried that he had one slightly off game in a blowout. And keep going. Andrew, thank you. Yeah, I mean, look, he's looked pretty good, Patrick. So clearly, I know you're not saying you necessarily hold the viewpoint that he's a little spent, but no, I do think there's wisdom and value in potentially trading him. Some of y'all have been on the boat of he's not going to be able to keep this up forever. And with the injury history, I'd rather trade him. Some of you guys have taken that stance, and I would probably tend to agree with you a little bit. If it's me, I'm watching very carefully how he does over the next month. I'm trying very hard to make a determination. Is he really going to keep this up, or has he just been on one? Is he just on a crazy heater and we're going to see him come a little bit further back down to earth? I think he's going to be pretty good all season long. Like if you kept him on the club, I don't know if he's going to be sub 2 ERA good, but I do think that if you keep Tyler Mahle on the club all season, he's probably going to be sub 3 ERA by the end of it. I really do. I mean, right now he's at 234. So the ERA is going up a little bit each start. So he's returning to the mean slightly. But I think at this point, he's going to be pretty quality the rest of the way. But I would still be listening. If somebody wants Tyler Mahle, they want to offer me, I'm not saying stop talking. I'm saying, let me hear it. What are you willing to give us for Tyler Mahle? That's what I'm doing if I am CY. Keep it up. Appreciate all y'all hanging. Thank you so much. Did our coaching staff develop a pitcher in Cole Winn? Oof. I don't know if I want to go there yet. It's kind of like some of y'all that are starting to get excited about the win tonight. Could we be back? I'm not trying to get overhyped on Cole Winn and now suddenly Rangers can develop pitching. Like I'm just not there yet. I need to see Cole Winn maybe in a little bit more pressureful games. Yes, I'm singing his praises. I think it's incredible that he hasn't given up a run yet in either the minor leagues or the major leagues, but let's see him pitch in some 8th innings. Let's see him pitch in a 1 or 2 run game in the 7th consistently. It's not to say that he hasn't pitched in any kind of leverage situations at all this year. I think he has pitched in a couple, but I'm not getting overhyped on Cole Winn. I'm giving him his flowers. I'm not trying to sit here and say, this version of him is here to stay forever. I think he is coming around. I don't think that this is just luck. I think that this is true signs of progression. I'm not ready to say Rangers are good at developing pitching quite yet, though. Like, let's pump the brakes a little bit. We're talking about one dude, basically, right? I mean, Jack Leiter, you want to throw him in. Took a while with Leiter, though. That would be my only detraction on Leiter. And I think everybody can be real. Like 4 years was a little bit too long for Jack. I know some Rangers fans will argue with me on that. It's fine. Like, whatever. I would say for a guy that was picked 2nd overall, 4 years, probably a little bit too long on Jack Leiter getting to this spot. And even CY has kind of said that in so many words. Like, we would have loved for it not to have taken 4 years. Like, it's great that he's finally figured it out. So I don't know if I even look at Jack Leiter as some big time positive about the Rangers' development. For me, I'd look at more Jack Leiter. Dude had to go through it, man. He got shut down, had to go to Arizona, figure it out with the mechanics. I believe the club played a big part too, but I don't know, man. Like I am probably more in the mindset, more in the boat of why did it take 4 years, Rangers pitching staff, to get Jack Leiter where he is? So I don't know. You can look at it a number of different ways, right? You can look at it as a positive for Rangers pitching development when you think of Jack Leiter. I would say at this point, I'm a little bit more on the negative side. Like, I love Jack, and you got to give Jack the credit. Give Jack the credit. Give the Rangers pitching development a little bit of the credit, but I give Jack Leiter the credit for working hard. I don't know if I say you did a great job developing him when it took 4 years to get there. Maybe I'm being too harsh. Y'all let me know if I'm being too harsh. I'm not trying to hate on Jack Leiter. I actually think what Jack Leiter has done is really, really impressive. But I just don't know if I look at Jack Leiter and say, great example of the Rangers developing pitching. If anything, I kind of say, why did it take 4 years? All right. Any quality starter developed in any system is excellent. Well, yes and no. I think you have to consider context. Brody, I think you got to think about 4 years. Like, I think a guy like Leiter, when you consider dude pitched for Vanderbilt, played in College World Series, wasn't 18 years old when he came to the Rangers. And then it took an additional 4 years after playing at the highest level of college baseball. The thing I've actually heard about Jack Leiter, last thing on Leiter, although, you know what? Jack is starting tomorrow, isn't he? So, you know what? It's okay. We're talking about Jack a little bit more. This is good. You know, the thing about Jack Leiter too, that I was also kind of kicking around, you know, we're talking about Vandy. We're talking about all the College World Series experience. Some people said the Rangers did him wrong starting him in Double-A. Don't y'all remember that? Jack Leiter didn't go to rookie ball. Jack Leiter didn't go to low A. He didn't go to high A. So again, I think that kind of supports more of what I'm saying as well. The Rangers probably should have started him in A or in high A before just sending him to Double-A. And that goes along with the development angle too. So for me, I think that Jack has done well to get where he's at, to start finally being the guy that got drafted number 2 overall 4 years ago. And look, he's starting tomorrow. We're going to preview the game for you. Don't know how much numbers he's going to have against the Twins, but we'll do it. 44, we'll catch you tomorrow, man. If you're still hanging out, see you later. But I'm excited for Jack and what the rest of the season holds. Rocker bobblehead. When is that, by the way? When is that? Who went ahead of Leiter? What draft was that? Let me see. 2021 MLB draft. I'm going to look this up real quick. Who went ahead of Leiter? Henry Davis. That's right. I thought it was some catcher prospect. Henry Davis for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pirates selected Henry Davis. Then it was after that, the Tigers took a pitcher. Red Sox took Marcelo Mayer. Patrick Knight, man. Why am I live 24/7? I'm really not. Going to the game on the 13th, Matt. Have a blast, man. I'm jealous. Single malt. I'm hopeful you're right. I don't want to get overly hyped, but I'm hopeful you're right. Yeah, Jackson Job, exactly. He was number 3. My screen was just being a little bit difficult loading up. Season tickets, super jealous. Super jealous. All right, let's get into and finish up box score a little bit here. Josh Young, man, I had the ultimate reverse jinx on Josh Young. Those of y'all that were in the Discord with me, I had the ultimate reverse jinx on Young tonight. Josh Young, I felt like over the last, probably 2 weeks has been an absolute rally killer. Cold as ice. And the dude came out, didn't do so hot in his first AB, and then totally killed it after that. 2 for 5 with 4 RBI. I think, and somebody joked rightfully so, I think Josh Young owes me a beer for the reverse jinx I put on him. I have probably railed on him multiple times over the past few weeks. Like, when's bro going to figure it out? Like, dude, you're hitting in the middle of our order. I know they moved him down to the 7 spot tonight. Dude was hitting like 3 to 5 the past 2 weeks. Glad that he finally had a great game, man. It is excellent that he is finally coming around. I hope it can stay. But Josh Young was not in a great way coming into this game. Look, if I look at the last 7, it's probably still not awesome. 3 for 24, 125 average. So he was 1 for 20. I don't know what he was. 1 for 20 coming into this game. Not great, right? Appreciate the follows, by the way. Thank you so much, y'all. Appreciate that. So hopefully this can be something that actually sticks. If the offense pans out, I assume we only trade for relief pitching. I don't think a lot of Rangers fans are going to be happy with that awful announcement. I really don't think a lot of Rangers fans are going to love that, but I kind of wonder if you're right. Jock Peterson coming back, you kind of wonder, is the Rangers brass going to say, we got Jock coming back, we got the offense kind of hitting a little bit better, let's not go out and get anybody. I do you know that it's a legitimate fear. It really is. Y'all know this is a legitimate fear. Seriously. We keep on going. Whatever it says about Leiter or Ranger development, the fact that Leiter is becoming a quality MORP to TORP pitcher is stupid exciting for the coming years. Absolutely, Mike. Way to just nail down the perspective we all should have. Just be happy about Leiter. Dude could be a total bust, and he's actually being a contributor. Rangers offense only struck out 4 times today. I love the strikeout stats, Gio. Appreciate you chiming in, brother. Good to see you. That's the kind of hitting that we need. That's the kind of performance we need. Putting the ball in play, please. That's a great question. Awful announcers. Who do you get rid of if you're going to go out and get a bat? I would say the options are somewhat limited, right? You don't necessarily want to trade away any young guy. I think people would probably argue you trade Adolis. Maybe some people like Hard Chuck would argue you could maybe trade Josh Young to go get a more legitimate bat. Josh Young being traded would probably open up Sebastian Walcott coming into the infield next year without having to get rid of Josh Smith, who is a Ranger fan favorite. So I think there are some options. Which part is insanity? I think that trading Adolis Garcia is the exact opposite of insanity. I'm assuming you're talking about Josh Young. I think that it just depends on where you're at with Josh Young. Some people are really high on Josh Young, think he's going to be a Hall of Fame type guy. I think he could be. I'm not saying he can't be, but I don't know if I feel like he is going to turn into that or not. I mean, look, it's definitely, I think, a little bit of a shock when you say it out loud to most Rangers fans, trade Josh Young. But when you think about it, it kind of makes some sense. Even I had to kind of toy around with this in my mind a little bit before I really came to terms with it. But hear me out. If you trade Josh Young next year, and let's assume you trade Josh Young for somebody legitimately good that's going to be around for a couple of years. Who that is, I don't know. That opens up a spot for Walcott in 2026. I would assume that they're going to want to give Sebastian Walcott an opportunity to make the team in 2026. So think about an offense where you've got Walcott at third, Seager at short, Simeon at second, Berger at first. You know, Josh Smith, I know obviously could be in that mix too. You know who the outfielders are: Carter, Langford, Osuna. It's pretty good, man. I just don't know if you need Josh Young to win a World Series. I think you've got a core of guys, and you can probably get it done without him. And if Josh Young legitimately can help you get better in another area where you have more of a need, then so be it. Osuna, I don't know if he's going to be ready this year. The scenario we're talking about is more next year, 2026. And I think he could be ready in 2026, 100%. Maybe this year, handing him the keys to the car, you feel a little bit off about it. But still, nevertheless, let's say you trade Adolis Garcia this year. You try and give Alejandro Osuna the reins, and he doesn't do so hot. You can always move Josh Smith to the outfield. Right? You can always put Josh H. Smith out in left field or right field, and there's your there's your problem solved right there. So that's what I would say about Osuna if you're not feeling great about him. They'll probably give him a shot, but if he doesn't do great, you've got Josh Smith right there ready to take it over. And yeah, you've got Jock Peterson. Not that Jock Peterson is the best outfielder at this point in his career, but in a pinch, you've got Jock. You can throw him out there. I don't prefer that option, but it is an option nonetheless. Keep going. Hitting with runners in scoring position was great tonight, John, 100%. And Gio, I'm with you on this too. Marcus Semien, I know, had a loud out. There were a number of guys that had loud outs today. Absolutely. Mike, this might be, I think, a legitimate perspective to take here. Don't know if Josh Young is a Hall of Famer. This is a YouTube comment, by the way. But think we would regret trading him. Quality third baseman. I think that is a very legitimate take. I still would probably push back a little bit and just say, I don't know if Josh Young is going to be the reason you win a World Series. And I don't know if not having Josh Young is going to cost you the ability to win one either. That would be my only rebuttal. I'm not saying he doesn't help make the team better. I'm not saying that he's trash or that he's no good. I am just saying I think you could probably win a World Series this year without Josh Young's bat in the lineup. Caroline, what's good? Great win. You're going on Friday? Enjoy. Enjoy. We keep going. Rangers have a plus 14 run differential. Wow. And Houston lost today. It is an amazing day. Am I right? Great day to be a Rangers fan. Love it. Let's see. Anything else in the box score? Bunch of people had a bunch of hits. That's really all you need to know. Everybody went multi-hit except Jake Berger. Every starter, Marcus Semien only had one hit, but he was on twice. Every starter got on base twice except Jake Berger. I don't think KG Kumar Rocker is the best choice at closer. And I've said this a few different times whenever we've talked about him. My thing with Kumar is, and Mike, I think you've made this point. Kumar Rocker is so much more valuable to you as a starter than he is as a closer. Starting pitchers are more valuable than closers. And so I think you've got to continue to stay the course and train him up to be a starting pitcher. I don't think it's great. It's very short-sighted to throw him in the closer role. Look, we watched him melt down in a third inning against Tampa Bay last week. Anybody really want to see what the ninth inning is going to look like? Kumar Rocker was melting down in a third inning. I'm not trying to see what he looks like in a ninth inning at this point. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying Kumar Rocker couldn't close games. I am saying right now the dude needs reps, not necessarily an increase in leverage. Give him an increase in reps, preferably as a starting pitcher. I don't think you need to ramp up the pressure and the leverage by making him the closer. Thoughts on Kimbrel? I don't have super high hopes. If it ends up working out solidly, great. This team does have a track record with being able to take older arms and turning them into viable options, especially late inning options. But I'm not going to be surprised if Craig Kimbrel doesn't do great. What do I think about trading Mahle? Yeah, I'm open to it. You got to get the right deal. I think you have to be listening on Tyler Mahle 100%. I don't think that you can hang up the phone. Somebody wants to know what Tyler Mahle is going to cost. I think that would be baseball malpractice. Like, you've got to see what can I get for this guy? Like, Tyler Mahle is definitely not an untouchable at this point. Keep going. Yep, Mike, 100%. Give him more reps, man. Just give him reps. He doesn't need to get thrown into a pressure cooker. I think we're talking about development, right? I don't think that would be very sound development at all. Clearly, I'm not the one making the decisions, but really, you watched him melt down in a third inning against Tampa Bay. I just don't know. I get the stuff. I get he's got incredible swing and miss stuff. Don't get me wrong on that at all. But I don't understand how we would logically get to the ninth inning is going to be a better spot for him. I think it could be one day, but right now, Mike, as you've said, infinitely more valuable to you as a starting pitcher than he would be as a closer. No, you're not going to be able to afford Mahle, and that is a big reason for trading him. So what you've got to balance with Tyler Mahle is having him on the team and, having him be your number 3 guy. Is that going to outweigh in the potential success that comes from that, getting nothing for him in free agency when he goes and probably signs with another team, right? Or is his presence worth not having him next year and watching him walk away for nothing? That's what the Rangers have to balance out right now. For me, I'm probably taking the mindset of Mahle, thank you. Appreciate all you did. We don't know if we're going to be able to re-sign you next year, and we're trading you. And privately, I would be thinking about, look, we don't know if the production is going to continue. We want to get as much as we can, and we think we can still win a World Series without you. Now, I don't know if you tell Tyler Mahle all that in the meeting, but I think you just say thank you, and look, we want to get as much value out of you as we can with you on an expiring contract. Tyler Mahle gets it, understands. Craig Kimbrell, which could help the bullpen. Kimbrell, he's not a lefty. He's a righty. Kimbrell, definitely not a lefty, right? He's a righty. I know it's late, but Gio, I don't think he's left-handed. Besides, we have a lot of lefties anyways. I'm not worried about lefty guys. We got, Latz, we got Milner, we got Garcia. You've got 3 pretty good lefties right there. Adding a 4th lefty really doesn't do anything for me at this point. At this point, I'm good with the 3 guys we've got. All right, we keep it going. Mike, yes, sir. Thank you for hanging out. We're going to start wrapping things up. Who says the Rangers can't re-sign him? Brody, I think the point is re-signing him is going to cost you a lot of money. And this team has not really been prone to spending a lot of money over the past couple of off seasons. Clearly, they swung big when they went and got Simeon and Seager, but they're not going out and spending a bunch of money on a Mahle. I think that Tyler Mahle is probably going to command a similar contract. I just don't think the club is going to go for it. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, if they can get Tyler Mahle back on an affordable deal, sure. But personally, I'm not so convinced that they're going to get him back and want him back. When you think about it, they've got a lot of young guys that they probably want to give opportunities to. I mean, just think about it this way. You've got Evo, you've got DeGrom, you've got Jack Leiter, you've got Cody Bradford, you've got Kumar Rocker, you've got guys in AAA and in AA that are top prospects. They don't necessarily need to go out and spend a crap ton of money on Tyler Mahle. You've got guys coming up and coming behind him that are going to be legitimate starters as well. I wouldn't want to be spending $20 million a year on Tyler Mahle when I've got the arms that I've got without him. So that's all I'll say about the Tyler Mahle re-signing. I think the Rangers are going to probably want to invest that money elsewhere, bullpen and offense. What kind of prospects can we get from Mahle? I would say at this point, what I would probably look to do, can I trade Tyler Mahle and some prospects for a bat? That's what I'm probably trying to do. Can I trade Tyler Mahle? Can I trade some prospects? Can I get a bat? And who knows what that deal looks like? It's going to be really hard to tell. If you trade Tyler Mahle straight up and you just want prospects, I think you could potentially get a solid AA prospect. I don't know if you're going to get somebody in the top 5, but I think you might be able to get on the fringes of the top 10 in terms of a prospect. I think that could be a possibility. Kind of depends on what Tyler Mahle is doing at the trade deadline, how good he's going. But it just depends on what you want. There's a lot of different things you could do with Tyler Mahle. So laid back, it's a tough question. You just have to wonder what the Rangers are hoping to get out of him. because there's going to be a number of different deals that can be made. So if the priority is getting a bullpen arm, I think you trade Adolis Garcia for a bullpen arm personally. I think you go get a bat with Tyler Mahle and maybe some prospects, and you trade Mahle to the NL so you don't have to see him in the AL. That's what I'd be doing. We keep going. Evan Carter's back. Looks good. Jeremy, what's up, man? Yeah, look, Evan Carter, if he can continue on with this, he's not going to always get 3 hits a game, but if Evan Carter can be a legitimate bat in this offense, that does so much. It opens up so much, man. It really does. How many Rangers make the All-Star game? It's a good question. I think Wyatt Langford's probably got a pretty good shot. It's going to be tough. I think Evo and DeGrom and Mahle could easily be on the All-Star team. And when I think about the bullpen, Hobie Milner should 100% be an All-Star. I don't think he's going to get the nod, but Hobie Milner should be an All-Star. There's actually more All-Star worthy players on the team than what you think. It's a lot on the pitching side. On the offensive side, I don't know if I would say a whole lot more behind Wyatt Langford. And even Wyatt Langford, I think, is a little bit of a stretch. That's kind of assuming Wyatt picks it up and has more 2-hit games like he had tonight, right? Appreciate all y'all hanging out. Thank you so much, by the way, for all of my paid members on YouTube and paid subscribers on TikTok that are hanging out. Really, really thank you for all your comments and for your support. Been a lot of fun hanging with y'all in the Discord. And again, very, very grateful for the generosity. Thank you to everybody, the comments, sharing, the follows, just the watch time, man. It means a lot. And we're going to keep things going. We're going to talk Jack Leiter in the start tomorrow in just a second. But if you have been watching the show for a while, if you've enjoyed the content that we put out and you're looking for a little way that you can give back, that you can support me and everything I'm doing here at Right On Rangers, I have started a $2.99 subscription that gets you access into our Right On Rangers exclusive Discord chat. It'll get you priority replies in the comments, in the lives, and in the videos that I post. Totally optional. But again, if you're looking for a way to support me and everything I'm doing here, looking for a little way to give back, you've loved the content we put out, you feel like this channel just gets you, please consider subscribing. Hit that subscribe button right next to the chat, which is on TikTok. And then if you're on YouTube, I'm going to drop that link into the comment section. Thanks for considering it. Everything that goes into subscriptions just goes back to supporting me and the content that I produce here at the channel. Trying to make this thing get bigger and bigger every time. Seriously, man. One day at a time. And y'all are a big part of that. Thank you. All right, let's talk about the game tomorrow. So tomorrow's game, Rangers will be going for the series win. Jack Leiter on the bump. By the way, while I've got it up, Angels and Athletics are tied 1-1 in the top of the 9th. Mariners are losing to the Diamondbacks 9-2. Like to see that. And the Astros, we've talked about this, lost to the White Sox. The White Sox. Ooh, we had an Astros fan, I think, hanging out. The Astros lose to the White Sox, man. I kind of looked at that White Sox series and I said to myself, we better win 2 out of 3 in Minnesota with Houston playing the Sox, man. And then they go ahead and lose 4-2 to them. It's an amazing day to be a Texas Rangers fan, man. Amazing day. Let's see. I guess go A's. Go A's. Angels are 31-34. Kind of pretty. Are they ahead of us in the division right now? We're 32-35. So if they win, they would be a half game ahead of us. So go A's. Go A's. And go Diamondbacks, Adam. I think the Diamondbacks probably got this one on lock. 9-2. I mean, stranger things have happened, but 9-2. I think we're good. Dale, yes, sir. Evan Carter heating up. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, tomorrow's game. Wednesday, June 11th. 6:40 Texas time start. Jack Leiter against Twin starter David Festa. Festa is 540 ERA on the year in 4 starts, 16 and 2/3 innings pitched, 21 strikeouts, 1.5 whip. Coming off a start against the A's is David Festa, where he got lit up. 3 and 2/3, 8 earned runs, did have 6 strikeouts, but 8 earned runs against the Athletics in his last start. The start before that, it was a while back. It was April 23rd, and he gave up 2 earned runs in 4 innings to the White Sox. So this is a guy that probably is a good candidate to get hit around again, considering what the Rangers did today. Like I said, I'm not going to get my hopes crazy high, but this should be a game where the Rangers can win the series and then maybe go for a series sweep on Thursday. That would be phenomenal. Now, against the Rangers, Festa's numbers. See if we can get them for you here. So I think it's going to be a pretty small sample size both ways. Against Festa, there are 7 Rangers that have career ABs. Jack Leiter has never faced anybody in the Twins lineup before. Jake Berger is 2 for 3 with 2 RBI against David Festa, Twins probable starter for tomorrow. Adolis Garcia, 0 for 2 in his career against Festa. Jonah Heim, 1 for 2. Josh Young, 0 for 2. Wyatt Langford, 1 for 2. Corey Seager, 1 for 3. Marcus Semien, also 1 for 3. So you've got a little bit of a mixed bag, but hard Chuck, I'd agree with you. It's a winnable game. It's a game you should win with a really, really hot Jack Leiter on the mound. Jack has been very, very quality over his last 3 games or so, and by and large over the course of the season has been really good. Your offense just scored 16 runs. You're playing a guy that just got lit up for 8 runs against a subpar team in the Sacramento, just the A's, right? Just the A's. They play in Sacramento, but you don't call them Sacramento, just the A's. So we got that straight. You should be able to hit around a guy that just got lit up by the A's. I surely hope that they're able to. So we'll hope that we'll be back here tomorrow around this time enjoying another Texas Rangers win. That's the plan. That is the plan. We're sticking to it. Hopefully the Angels will lose as well. I totally agree with you on that. It was looking promising. The A's had a runner on first with nobody out the last time I checked. I'll go back before we log off for the day and I'll check that out. But let me see. A's 2 outs, runner on first. So it might not get done. The Angels are going to have a walk-off opportunity if it stands as is right now. Hopefully they can push it to extra innings. That's going to be the plan. Well, all right, y'all. We're going to go ahead and we are going to sign off for the night. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you for hanging out with us. We'll do it again tomorrow. We'll probably try and go live maybe during the 8th or 9th inning this time around. I know we waited for post-game on this one. It worked out great. Look, not a lot of drama in the 8th or 9th inning of a 16-4 game. Am I right? So we'll maybe be back next time. Even if it's a little bit out of hand, I think I might still hop on 8th, 9th inning, something like that. Hey, Professor Pretzel. Appreciate that follow. Thank you, sir. W Rangers. Absolutely. We love to see it. Love to see y'all hanging out. Thank you for your support of the show. Means a lot. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Tuesday night. And as I like to say to end every show, God bless and go Rangers.